Good morning. Hi, Instagram and Facebook. It's Lisa here. It's Tuesday Thoughts. Every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Although I'm heading over to Mexico. I guess I'll be doing it at 9 over there. Might change the time. Let's see. So every Tuesday, I go to a topic because I'm all about perspective shifting. I really think that we the things around us don't change, but the way that we see them does. So, all of the work that I do and the groups that I gather together, whether it's my Next Level Manifestors group, which is on Facebook, it's all about sharing perspective. So, you might have a moment where you go, "Oh, I didn't think about it that way." And then it begins to possibly shift the way that you're seeing things. So, today we're talking about the buddy system. And the buddy system. It's kind of a random thing to talk about. If you're here joining me, just say hi to me. I just am going to talk about the buddy system today. But I'm talking about it because in a few days, actually January 10th, I am going to be running my next 30 Days to Change group program. And that group program is all about accountability. It's all about feeling like you've got buddies. You know, we're in it together. It's easier together. Talk a little bit about today how being having accountability and support have actually changed my everything, the trajectory of everything. And I want to invite you all to just consider what it would be like in your life to have a buddy when you're trying to make a change right now. And buddy, I mean me, or reaching out to somebody in your life to feel like you're not alone. Because what happens is we we try to go at it alone, and the natural thing is going to happen, which is we're going to come up against resistance. We're going to come up against that moment where the edge of change happens and we're asked to step in. We're asked to push past the point at which we would have stopped before. And I found in those moments, having buddies, having accountability, being inside of a group, having someone on the journey with me has made those moments easier, faster. Hi, Susan. Nice to have you here. You're my buddy for this talk today. Thank you. You have a wonderful morning, too. Maybe you want to do 30 days to change with us. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, having so let me work backwards and forwards at the same time here. So I was, working out this morning, and I was thinking about, what I wanted to talk about today, or at least what theme was going to pop into my mind. And I thought all the way back to what some of you may know about me and others may not, is that I was a star athlete growing up. I was the captain of varsity softball and field hockey. I also played soccer. And that team mentality, well, not only being the captain, which was leadership, but being inside of a team, which you have to work together. And I always remember, every summer when we were training, we had to run the 8-minute mile. Like, you had to train to get to yourself to a point where you can run that mile in 8 minutes. And I mean, come on, there's just something about the fact that your girl, your friend is right in front of you and you're trying to catch up. There's a healthy competition in that sense, but it's also kind of like, come on, you could do it. Let's do this. Like, there's this pulling forward that happens when you're in group mentality, when you're in the right group mentality. So, I want to say that there are, there's groups that in this case, my group is all about raising you up. I am all about people rising up into their next level and using each other as a way to do it. Recently, there's been a lot of I've been reflecting on life and who's in my sphere, because they say, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out. You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most in money, in love, in relationships, in communication, in health. And so it's kind of like this. You're either building me up or you're slowing me down. Choo choo. That's kind of one of my things that I've been like, you're get on, like this train is going. Choo choo. Motherfucker. Um so who is it in your life? Who are you surrounded by? What are your buddies? Who's raising you up? Are the people around you building you up, or are they slowing you down? So, okay, yeah, so back to the sports. That's kind of like my background was I was very much around team mentality. Being a leader in the sports, all working together for a common goal, all trying to meet our personal best. It was a magical time, being in a part of a team and feeling like, you're all trying to win. It's a collective winning, which is what we need right now in this world. This global wave that we're going through, we go down, we go up, but we can get up faster and together, supporting each other and, lifting that leg up of the person in front of you, and then knowing and trusting that there's someone behind you to help lift you up. So let's fast forward with that mindset that I had growing up, being in a team mentality. I left those to different spaces. I actually did get a scholarship to play softball in a Division I college. I did go there and decided that I did not want to make my life all about softball, breathing and sleeping, and that there was other things for me at college to experience, including what other things, well, besides partying and just like making friends that weren't just in sports, but just like, who am I outside of the sports thing? So I ended up transferring to a smaller liberal arts college. I did play field hockey there for about a year, or after a year and a half, and it hurt my back, and I went into some physical therapy, a lot of water therapy, and I just was like, you know what, it's time for me to stop the sports. And I'm sharing all this because what happened is I left this kind of buddy system team mentality, and I was on my own in a different way. And what I'm trying to say is what led me to really want to talk about the buddy system today, which is that dumped me into trying to go at it alone, because what I had known as a structure in some ways was gone, and I really kind of didn't know how to create new ones. Obviously, I made friends, and like I felt like happy with friendships. But what happened is, and I wrote this poem, you'll see it written, it's not really a poem, it's just a little blurby blurb here. And I wrote, personally, I tried to go at it alone for way too long. I was feeling stuck and progress was slow. I was stubborn. Yeah. And I felt shame around getting help, and I was taught to figure it out by myself. I mean, some of it is that I was taught to figure it out. Some of it is that, I just needed to get out of my own way and realize that getting help and feeling supported will get you where you want to go faster, because I had no doubt that I can get there on my own. But number one, it's more fun with people. Like, that's what it took me a really long time. I'm here to tell you that if any of that resonated with you, I would like to save you a little bit of time, struggle, suffering, and agony, and tell you that it's so much more fun with people. And yes, you can get there alone. We all can. We all have it. But I think that, thought here is that ever after we're born, we are connected to our mother in that very, very close way. And we come out from this deep separation, or this deep connection into separation. And I believe that there is something really like innately inside of us trying to connect again. And we get lost along the way, understanding what kind of connections we need and how to connect. And, that's how, in my opinion, things like, pack mentality and family and religion and other ways that people group together is because we're looking for commonalities. We're looking to grow together, rise together, connect, and find similarities. So if you want to get somewhere faster and have more fun because life is about the journey, I really suggest finding a, like my people, which are very non-judgmental, or others out there, or you probably have them already, and tap into that and see where your buddies can come from and ask for help. Because this is the real talk. The second part of the thing I wrote is the minute I invested in myself, because yeah, I actually paid for some support along with asking my friends, everything shifted. Oh my God. In fact, everything to the point where like it was a bit mind blowing. I wasn't alone anymore. I started to have community, which, you know, we have to be careful here too, because we're running around complaining about not having this and not having that. We get attached to the not having it, that then we become afraid if I do step into it and I do then pay for the support, I won't have that same thing to complain about. And now I have to deal with the real thing, which is shifting my identity. So I'm no longer someone who, oh, that's my victim story. But now I'm like, wow, I have the support. I can do it. I can be everything I want to be. Now go do it. And you know, I talk about this all the time when we pivot from our fear of failure to our fear of our own power and our fear of our own success. And sometimes getting help and support wakes up the fact that yes, you can, but will you? And, you know, this is where I come in and support people to realize it's not as scary as you think, and it's all about starting and just doing 5 minutes a day, and the relief that can come too from not having to struggle anymore, even though again we can get attached to our struggle. So you never stay stuck very long when you have someone being, you know, snapping you out of your own mental chatter and the way that you can spin out. Because what used to take me months sometimes to get out of, or weeks, takes me like an hour, 10 minutes to get myself out of something if I just reach out. Or even then you progress after. I mean, I still have buddies. So fast forward to today, I have a, well, not only does running my own 30 days to change group keep me in check because I'm leading that, but and I'm also in it. I have like buddy system here where we all text each other. We're all doing the same calendar every day. Hey, Nats. And man, does that help me, because if you've listened to any of my live talks, I have definitely struggled with being consistent with working out. And this is the first time in my life that I work out every day, 5 days a week. I take the weekends off, or I take 2 days out of the week off. And those girls are there for me. And we're all like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. And one of them will say, I did it. Let's go. It's easy. Or you can do it. And it's just like, I mean, you're not alone, and it's easier together. And that's, if you have never had a buddy, then I suggest trying it and joining my program if you need some support, because you can do it. You can make this year and every year and start to put in place the lasting change. Accountability, consistency, support. We talk about it all the time. Yeah, Nats, you're one of my biggest supporters and accountability buddies, and could not have done it without you for sure in my life. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Yeah, I was a loner, like an isolator. Long time being alone. I was, God, it was so layered. Why? Afraid, I guess. Ultimately afraid. Afraid of what others will think. Whoa, I just got emotional thinking about that. Just like, for some reason, it just was not okay to let people in. I had like a know-it-all attitude, always had to be right. And also coming from that leadership position in sports, I felt like pressure maybe that I always had to be the leader. And the leader always had the answers and always was leading. And later I realized through so much of my meditation that actually the leader or the master is always a student. And I am not here on any pedestal or soapbox. I am actually here as one of you saying, getting buddies help me. And I'll remember to talk to a therapist, because that was a big tail underneath Tuchus moments, because I was like, I don't need help. And getting that, asking for like, you know, talk support was really a big one for me. And I remember that day that I picked up the phone, I was like picking it up, putting it down, and I was like, I don't need help, And then I remember that little voice in the back of my mind. But what if you're wrong? Or what if there's a different way? Boom. That is what the work I do is all about. Is that moment that you can have with yourself and say, but what if? And that's maybe one of the best but what ifs I probably recommend anyone having. Because, but what if it could be different? What if I don't have to struggle? What if it doesn't have to be hard? Because there's always another way. And there's always a way out, and there's always someone to help you. I feel like I was just channeling all of that, because like I just don't even remember what I just said. I haven't even looked if there's any comments here. I see a few of you on here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Let me check. No, just waving at everybody. Cool. Thanks for being here. Okay. So yeah, I always pick a tarot. This is the Osho Zen Tarot deck. I also do readings, virtual readings, and if you happen to be in wherever I am, it's gonna be Mexico. It's New York, DC. I would love to meet with you, do one. But now we've got this meeting situation, so everything's virtual, which is great. All right, so let's pick a card. So you'll see that there's a link for mine 30 Days to Change group. If you want a buddy system. The program is basically doing something for 5 minutes a day. So for all of you out there that constantly write me that my plate is full and that I don't want to take on too much, I would ask you to really question if your dreams are worth 5 minutes, if you are worth 5 minutes of your time to move something forward faster. Okay? And a lot of support from me, and you are in a group of amazing people who are going to cheer you on, and because of that energy, everyone is just like, there is a vortex momentum that happens. And if you don't believe me, go to the metamorfize.com/30 group, read those testimonials. And okay, I'm done with my little program here pitch, but it starts on January 10th, and the last thing I'm going to say is, if you sign up before the new year, you get a free tarot reading from me. It's like a mini reading. We're going to just, kick off 2021 with intention. All right. So here we go. Let's pick a card. Buddy. You'll see that all the promotion around a buddy system is doggies, because man, dogs are like they're the best buddies. They will change your life and they will make you a better person. Dogs are great teachers. All right, so buddy. The buddy system, which is really about accountability, about raising each other up in a world where we don't need competition, we need collaboration. Let's do it. Here we go. So for all of you here, I see you here. This card is for you. Let's reflect. I'm going to go with 11. That's my favorite number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The Fool. This is the number 1 card in the deck. 0. The Fool. I actually want to pull something out real quick. I don't usually read on it, but I want to see something because this is a very interesting card. Well, before I read, let's just quickly connect it. So the Fool. Well, you're a fool if you're going to go at it alone for too long. Let's do that. But that's like more of a literal, like what we see the word fool in our. So the Fool is actually the opposite of that, where it doesn't hold on to anything. It's a moment to moment, step by step, kind of like carefreeness about you. It's kind of like people may see you as the fool, but you're actually just living. So yeah, like there's this kind of hop, skip, and a jump vibe. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go off the cliff and trust type of thing. It's all about purity, innocence, and it's the first one in the deck, it holds the elements, everything. I mean, look at the possibilities. There's the forwardness and then this distance. And when it comes to basically, just to sum it up with the accountability and the buddy system, is like, look, the road is long, the journey is long, life is here for you. There are moments in life where we need to do it by ourselves, that we have to find out who we are alone. And then there's times where we can learn so much in reflection of others. We can learn to receive, which is a big part of my journey of how I received accountability and buddying and therapy and just all the work that I've done. And receiving, that's a big one. So this card indicates that if you trust your intuition right now, rightness of things, you cannot go wrong. Your actions may appear foolish to others or even to yourself, but that's only if you're analyzing it with. And I just mentioned earlier I'm going to Mexico, which is feeling very foolish to me and many others, but I know deep down it's where I need to be and it's what I need to do right now. And I have a buddy waiting for me there. So I hope you consider me as your buddy along the way if you ever need support. I am here. You are not alone. It's easier together. I'm wishing you all a magical, magical new year as it approaches in a few days. And, that can be a time where people really feel alone and extra alone right now with our global situation. Please reach out if you need anything. I am very available. I love people. I love supporting. And I love you. One love, everyone. Happy freaking New Year. And if you want support coming up with your 2021 theme, let me know. Set up a call because that's what I'm doing. And let's put things in motion. All right. Peace out. Mwah.